So you're telling me that Jimmy Fallon did a blackface impression and we're barely bringing this up? Alright, let's get started. Alright, so it's been rumored that on June 3rd, Sony PlayStation will release some information regarding the first batch of video games. Now, not a whole lot of details are out right now regarding PlayStation 5's video game list, but it's pretty interesting to think of what games they will have, what kind of PS5 exclusives. Are they going to be introducing games like our part 2s of some of the original exclusives like God of War? Will Last of Us 2 be released on PlayStation 5? But like I mentioned, this is all just a rumor, so we really don't know. This was announced by Bloomberg, so we'll see what happens. So next Wednesday, let's anticipate some PlayStation news, but maybe it won't be next Wednesday, maybe a few days after, maybe a month after. I'm not sure, but PlayStation should be releasing a lot more information, being that their console is supposed to hit stores by the end of this year. And I could kind of have an idea regarding their release of information. It probably won't be a whole lot, as they're probably going to be giving out chunks of information as we go just to keep the masses pleased who are excited for this release. Me personally, I am super excited to see what they got going on, and I'm really excited to see some PlayStation 5 gameplay and to possibly get my hands on some gameplay. So we'll see how that goes, but other than that, we're just kind of hanging on, waiting for more info. I'm curious, what are you excited for with this PlayStation 5 coming out? Are you excited for video games? Excited for the quality? Let me know in the comments below. There seems to be a problem with my background. Give me 1 second while I just wiggle it out. Hold on. Alright. I think that's better. What do y'all think? It's been announced that developer Arcane Studios, who's known for games like Dishonored as well as Prey, was working on a Half-Life spin-off called Half-Life Ravenwood. Half-Life Ravenwood would have followed the hero from Half-Life Opposing Force, Adrian Shepard. You also would have interacted with Father Grigio from Half-Life 2. Recently, Arcane Studios has been profiled by NoClip, which is a Patreon-based documentary series, which is hosted by video game journalism legend Daniel Dwyer. The feature-length documentary dives deep into the company's history. From their successful releases to their not-so-successful releases, this documentary also shows games that never saw the light of day. So, let's talk more about Half-Life Ravenwood. Like I mentioned, you would have been playing as the character Adrian Shepard, and you would have been teamed up with Father Grigio. In Ravenholm, Father Grigio would have been looked at as kind of like a mad scientist who supported and aided Adrian Shepard. He would provide the character with power-ups and abilities that to help him become better. So he would have gave you like simple moves like double jump and things like that and better weapons. But the one detail that seems very interesting is that Father Grigio would have dabbled into eating head crab meat and eventually would have became mutated, causing tension and an issue between Adrian and the father. But unfortunately, Valve went ahead and canceled that project, and we were never able to see until this documentary how much progress that the company made on the game. This documentary sounds like a great dive into a company that has had a lot of success in video games. I mean, the ones that they do have out, Dishonored and Prey, are amazing video games where they're not just first-person shooters, but they're more like a simulation where you become a character that has to stealth around things and figure out alternate paths in order to get the objective done. So it's not just a run and gun. Also, if you want to see more on Half-Life and where they're at right now, this year they released a VR game called Half-Life Alyx, Alex's Story. It looks amazing. It looks so great. It's why I want to get VR, because it seems so interactive and seems very interesting. So this might have been the move for them to cancel that game and make this game as part of the Half-Life spin-off series. But like I said, go check out the documentary series at NoClip and check it out. It's worth the watch. In Youngstown, Ohio, there was a man that went to someone's house to gamble and play some video games. Turns out he won $200, so he pretty much smacked anyone in that house. Well, that probably wasn't a good idea, because one of the people in that house that he was playing against pulled out a rifle and told him to give him the money. So the guy was stuck in this house for 2 days, and they ended up kidnapping him for 2 days. And he managed to get out. The details are not there. So he got out, he got to the police, and he reported the incident. Well, lo and behold, the household owner has no idea. He's just like, what? denies all the claims, and denies that any of that even happened. I mean, this all just sounds crazy. Like, dude, you went to a random person's house that you didn't even know. You played them on video games. You smoked them all, and you won every bet. So you were ready to leave, and then one gamer raged out and freaked out on you. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm a gamer. I've played games where there's no money on the line, and I rage out. I've seen people rage out like crazy. Go on YouTube, look up video gamer rage compilation. You will see how people will lose their minds over losing at video games when there's nothing on the line. So, I'm pretty sure he should have expected that being a gamer. It doesn't say what game he played or anything like that. I don't have those details. But yeah, I would expect someone to pull out a rifle who's probably not the most stable. And it doesn't come as a surprise that the owner of the household denies any of those claims. What's he going to say? Yeah, officers, you guys know, you know how it is playing video games when you lose, right? Am I right? In other video game news, Dead by Daylight has released a DLC pack containing some of Silent Hill's most memorable characters. Part of those characters, you got a villain and you got a hero. So the villain's going to be Pyramid Head. I don't know if you guys have seen video games with Pyramid Head in them, if you're unfamiliar with video games, but if you're watching this, you're probably familiar with the character Pyramid Head. He has the long broadsword that he drags around, as well as the large pyramid head that's hella huge. Look at this photo right here, right there. That's a photo of him. And then you have the character Cheryl Mason, who was in Silent Hill 3, I believe. So we brought a hero, we brought a villain, and I don't know if you guys have played Dead by Daylight, but it is a great survival horror game. It puts one player as the villain versus 4 players as the heroes, and the heroes are supposed to, or survivors, right? And the survivors are supposed to do anything they can to not get caught by the villain. The end goal is for them to activate generators to eventually leave the surrounding area, while the villain hunts them down using supernatural powers. Pyramid supernatural powers will include having his sword, which can attack through objects, as well as digging ditches that will, if players fall into, can pretty much end the game for them immediately. There's also been a map released with the content. The map is Midwich Elementary School, which is in the Silent Hill series, and there's a large amount of Easter eggs and secrets inside that map for players to find. And the map also includes fog worlds and otherworld aesthetics, so it should make for an interesting experience when being hunted. Also, all Dead by Daylight is available on all gaming platforms: Xbox, Nintendo, PC, PlayStation. And if you're ever on it and you want to play it, let me know, because that game is extremely fun, and I love playing it. So check it out and enjoy. So I don't know if you guys know, but there's been videos circulating of Jimmy Fallon's skit in 2000 on Saturday Night Live. The skit shows Jimmy Fallon impersonating comedian Chris Rock while being interviewed by Regis Philbin, played by Daryl Hammond. So in order to play Chris Rock and impersonate him, Jimmy Fallon went full blackface, which you can see in this photo right here. That's crazy. That is completely unacceptable. Well, turns out NBC tried removing all photos and videos of that skit from the internet. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. Once something's on the internet, it's there forever, and this photo has been circulating on Twitter and YouTube. Since this all came out, Jimmy Fallon came out with a tweet saying, "In 2001 on SNL, I made a terrible decision to do an impersonation of Chris Rock while in blackface. There is no excuse for this. I'm very sorry for making this unquestionably offensive decision, and thank you all for holding me accountable." Jamie Foxx has come out backing up Jimmy Fallon and saying that he was doing blackface to impersonate Chris Rock, like that's some sort of excuse. That's really weird thing to go ahead and just say openly and comment on a platform, but that doesn't give you the right. So if I was impersonating a black celebrity, I can go ahead and paint my face black, and it's cool. And I'm really curious about that. Personally, like I said, I think that's inappropriate and offensive, but it's not like he kept doing a blackface thing going on. And in the 2000s, it seems like a lot of white comedians were doing the blackface. You had Jimmy Kimmel do blackface on The Man Show, and then you had Sarah Silverman do blackface in her TV show, The Sarah Silverman Show. And I'm more curious what you guys think. Do you think that since this happened 20 years ago, that it should just kind of be dismissed and he apologized, so we should accept that? Or should we cancel him out like everyone on Twitter is running this hashtag to cancel Jimmy Fallon out? Besides that, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below whether you think it's okay and we should forgive him, or he should be held accountable for his actions and just be canceled out. And that's it for the Roughneck78 Show. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment. I really do want to hear your guys' opinions about, especially about the Jimmy Fallon thing. I will be uploading another video in a couple days, so keep an eye out for that, and make sure you guys are following all my social media so you guys keep updated. I will be streaming tonight at around 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So catch me tonight. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day and stay safe.